There were cross burnings and fire bombings. There were plans always being discussed about attacking the federal government, including the assassination of politicians. There were physical beatings by Klan units, and these were a common occurrence. I was primarily involved with recruitment. I might not have physically participated in any of the beatings and other violence, but I rooted it on and I cheered it on. I was an angry child. To be honest with you, I looked at it several places. You know, I checked out the Italian Mafia, the Irish Republican Army, and then, of course, the Ku Klux Klan. I could have very well gotten involved with ISIS. I was just looking for a place to fit in, to fill a void within myself. Hi, I'm Scott Shepard. I'm a reformed racist, and welcome to Indianola.
Scott Shepard can relate to members of the Ku Klux Klan.
I was full of anger, full of hate.
He was one of them for 21 years. He's now spreading a different kind of message.
During my racist days, I disassociated myself from the lady that raised me. I wanted to see her. I just couldn't bring myself to do it because a lot of it was embarrassment and guilt.
I believe I could say this truthfully. When he really opened his eyes, you know, a new baby does, I was the first thing he saw. I was employed as a caretaker housekeeper for his grandmother. And they were owners of the theaters here in Indianola. 2 theaters plus 1 drive-in.
Becky is family and always has been, and Becky's family is also my family. I mean, I do remember, you know, the turmoil and stuff and the rejection feeling that I felt from my grandmother.
Yeah, she was mean. She had got let down. Her beautiful daughter, upstanding long done, had fallen for this young guy and got married and had a baby. All he know was mean stuff. What his grandmother wasn't gonna touch him. She treated me the baby. She wasn't gonna put her hand on you. I would go by every morning to get him up, bathe him, and get him dressed and get his bottle.
My mother didn't teach me racism. My daddy didn't teach me racism. But my dad played a part in it with his alcoholism. There was incidents of violence that would instill PTSD in a soldier. And I love my dad, but, you know, he had problems. The days of integration, it was really a chaotic time. You'd find pamphlets in your mailbox, pamphlets nailed to trees. It was just on the news. So I went to Tupelo, Mississippi, and attended a rally. I met several of the members. I met several of the other leaders, and they offered me a sense of belonging and family. Klan philosophy was that white people were more supreme than anyone else and that whites and blacks should be separated. I basically took on the role of recruiting and making public appearances on behalf of the Klan.
What we need to be aware of is that these folks are part of a national trend of neo-Nazis moving into the political arena, and that the code words of racism and anti-Semitism are now being used even by more mainstream political candidates.
I'm sorry, when that music plays, I have to get to the commercial break. Let me do that and I'll come back.
How would you recruit?
Same way that I was recruited. Offer these troubled kids a place of belonging.
Now, at the time, did you think at all about how this would affect the black people you'd grown up with?
Oh, yeah. I felt it and I knew that they were hurt. That's why I disconnected myself from everyone that was in my life.
Becky, were you aware during this time that that was going on?
Oh, yeah, but it didn't change anything. Honest to goodness.
I think that was part of my disconnection because I always felt, you know, I did disappoint Becky and her family.
You were going on about your little business, I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had stayed that way, I wouldn't have liked you.
All the time that I was involved, in the back of my mind was always my relationship with Becky and her family. It was around 1990, I was in Nashville. I had climbed the ranks and become what they call a Grand Dragon of the state of Tennessee. I had come on the radar of the FBI, and I was being watched. I got pulled over by the police, and they got me for DUI and possession of an illegal weapon underneath the front seat of my car. Well, when I went into the rehab, there was people of all races, religions, and I was forced to sit down with all these people, and we shared our life stories, intimate, conversations, and I went in one person and came out another. I received, death threats and things like that, but I had to back away and walk away from that life because it wasn't me. I hadn't seen Becky in a long time, and I came to her door, and she opened the door, and not only was the door open, her arms were open. I hugged her neck, and there's never been anything really said, anything else about it. It was over.
He was my little Scott. He was my baby. That is the truth. A feeling is something mysterious. You can't control it, but you feel it.
I was a member of the Klan for about 19 years. I lost entire contact with my kids and my grandkids. I lost years of love, affection, and friendship. Now I spend my time speaking around the country against racism, sharing my story. My mission is to talk to some of these young people and try to prevent them from falling into the same racist traps that I fell into.
Talk to me like I'm 16 and I don't feel like I belong and I'm maybe looking at one of these groups.
First off, I tell you to find someone you trusted. And if they're having problems with their parents, don't go to your parents. Go to someone you trust and talk to them about your feelings. They've got to open up early. They can't take these feelings and hold them in and take them for the rest of their life.
I'm glad to see, Scott, how you have matured and what you've come to be. It's just make me think I did part of it.
You are part of it.